are live. What's going on, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to another NBA Prize Picks Player Props live stream. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope this finds you all doing well and in good spirits. As I always say, it is not just an intro line. It is a legitimate wish. Hope we're all doing well on every single day. Thank y'all for joining the live stream. Been a few days since I've been on live stream. Been a few days since I created a video. Last video was created on Friday. And we'll recap those results, even though those were a few days ago. I think it's important to show up and be transparent with the results, regardless of the wins or losses. So we'll talk about those. I'll share with you a few slips that I played yesterday, even though I didn't create a video. I did share a couple of slips in the Discord. We'll share those results. And then I have a couple of plays that I like. The way things are moving right now, I don't know if they're still going to be on the board. I know a lot of plays that I really liked late last night got bumped or got taken off the board. And that's the reason I didn't do a video late last night. I had it all prepared, ready to roll. And I think there's something to Taco Tuesday. I think Monday night is a really stingy night for the board. There's not a lot of plays up. And then the plays that are up get moved off the board. And then you never know what that taco is going to be for Tuesday. So on Prize Picks, it's a little tougher to create a video late night. And honestly, I got to sleep at some point. So live stream is where we'll cover the updated board. I've been also looking at different pick'em sites, Chalk Market, Underdog as well. So trying to find plays that you can play across the board, not just Prize Picks. I know a lot of people don't play just on Prize Picks. Maybe Prize Picks isn't available to you. So trying to diversify the player props that I share with you all. So played a few slips on Chalk Market and Underdog yesterday, in addition to my Prize Picks my Prize Pick power play. So we'll talk about all that. And then, as always, we'll open it up to you for some Q&A. Hit the like button on your way in if you haven't done so already. If you don't like the stream, if you don't like me, hit it twice on the way out. That's what I always say. So we're not going to waste too much time here. I want to stop right at 9:30 for today's stream. Last stream was at 2 hours. That's a lot of talking. That is a lot of live streaming. So, yeah, I don't want to waste too much time. We'll talk about some new partnerships on the channel. I mean, not new, but new enough to keep talking about them, helping my channel get bigger, helping me reach new viewers. So don't mind showing love to the channel partnerships here for sure. So I think we can just dive into the plays from Friday. Now, I'm just going to zoom through these two plays because they're already said and done. Nothing to be dug into here outside of just, making sure that I'm on the same page and always being upfront, transparent with the results. So we did play a couple of plays on Friday live stream. I did present two plays in addition to a bunch of different plays we all talked about. But one of the plays that I was on was the Jalen Johnson PRA, and this one did not come close. This game was out of hand really early, and super surprising that the Hawks got beat up like this by the Pacers. Pacers never took their foot off the gas. The Hawks never found their shot. It was just a massacre. Jalen Johnson was heavily impacted by the blowout, finished with 23 PRA. Now this guy, the second play, I figured there would be a large point gap here between the Jazz and the Celtics. However, it got out of hand so fast that Missoula literally sat his entire starting five through the fourth quarter. I believe he yanked them in the third quarter-ish, like mid-third quarter. Derek White did not get full run. Derek White finished with 17 points and rebounds, which is super unfortunate because he was on a good pace to get over that. We did talk about his first half fantasy points. He goes over that, did all his damage in the first half. I just didn't see the Celtics being up by 40 points. I honestly didn't. I didn't think it'd be that bad. to the point where Derek White didn't get any play in the fourth. But we were 0-2 on Friday, and that was probably one of the more frustrating nights for me that I've had in a really long time. Yeah, it was not a good night, but those were the results. We go 0-2 with those plays, and yeah, there's nothing more to be said about those dumbass plays. So we're on to a new week with new plays, with new days, new tacos, a lot of stuff going on this week, and we are going to bounce back, and we are going to get on the right track for sure. So like I mentioned, we got some new plays to go over. I'll share with you what I've already put in terms of slips, even though they may not still be available to you. And then we'll try to dig into a few new plays, and then I'll take some of your questions as well. I will share with you the plays that I put in the Discord yesterday. Now, I didn't create any content yesterday. However, played across 3 pick'em sites. I played on Jock Market, played on Underdog, and played on Prizepicks. So I ran this 3-pick on Jock Market, and if it weren't for Terry Rozier having himself a hell of a night, this one would have hit for 6x, because Westover goes over. I think he finished with 6 receptions. Odunze did not come close to the 6.5 receptions or 7 that he needed. I did put in a 2-pick power on Prizepicks as well. This one hit with Kristaps going under and Sengun going under. My underdog slip was the only slip that I just got torched. On underdog, you only have 2 opportunities to hit a 5-man insured. So you can either go 5 for 5 or 4 for 5. Once you lose 2 out of those 5, it gets removed from your live board and it's no longer in play. So this one got removed as soon as Jalen Green went over rebounds, and as soon as Grady Gross kicked that second field goal. So we did not cash that one, but there's the 2-pick power that we hit yesterday. And then here are the results from that 3-pick. So 2 out of 3, Terry Rozier kind of effed it up. And then we go 4 out of 5 on this one, with Bam going under, Westover going over, Odunze going under, Lopez going under, and then Rozier. Rozier screwed it up. Rozier screwed it up for me. So not too bad yesterday. Not too bad. I really wish that the underdog slip would have hit, or if Jock Market, that slip would have just crashed across the board. So did put in one play super late last night. It is a 3-pick power on Jock Market. Unfortunately, this one is no longer up. Now, I've been playing a little bit more on Jock Market. If you're not familiar with Jock Market, I don't have an affiliate link for them yet, but I do have my little promo code here if you want to sign up. But I don't have an official partnership link yet. That's coming. But Jock Market will run some of these flash sales. They'll run some of these like discount on player props, and they don't stay on the board very long. They are quick. So one of the ones that I got was Karl Anthony Towns at 31.5 PRA, where it's at 33 on most pick'em sites. So got a nice little discount here. Also, De'Aaron Fox was one of them last night. He was at 25 points. Anthony Edwards had a PRA at 38, where most of the pick'em sites have him at 39.5. So I was able to get this one in along with Sabonis under and Scotty Barnes over 3s. Scotty Barnes was also on Prizepicks, and they took him off. So that's what I'm talking about. It's just real difficult to do a video, super early in the process, like the night before, when lines are just moving and they just keep yanking plays off the board. By the time I'm done recording the video, it's irrelevant because the plays are no longer there. And that's just a waste of time. It's a waste of your time, waste of my time. So I'd rather just wait until the next day, do it on the live stream, and that way we can capture all the updates. But that's the Jock Market slip that I put in. I did write up a bunch of dudes yesterday. Anthony Simons was one of them, liking the under on his points prop. We can break that one down over on props.cash today. But taking on the Knicks, and I don't think this is a good matchup for him. We'll get into it a little bit more, but those are some of the plays that I'm on in terms of the Jock Market. And you can find this one on Prizepicks. I don't think it's at 24.5 on Jock Market. I think it's at 24 on Jock Market. We'll also take a look at Oddshopper today. We will surf the Pick'ems table and try to find some value. And we'll play around with the Pick'em entry builder as well. See if we can't find some find a plus EV slip or two. But that's what we got going on today in the stream. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Hit that like button on your way in. What's going on, ATM? Good morning to you. Edward, what's going on? Morning to you as well. So let's get this going. We're going to head over to Prizepicks. Now, I did put this play in late last night or early this morning. You can see 12:33 a.m. And now it's just a 2-pick power. I wasn't going to force in a flex play. But Anthony Simons under on points and Scotty Barnes over on 3-pointers made. I thought those were the two best plays that I saw on the board. Once the Anthony Edwards 9.5 rebounds and assists was removed from both Prizepicks and Underdog, it just kind of derailed my whole approach, and I had to start over again. So these are the two plays that I ended up with putting in a 2-pick power. Obviously, I'm going to try to build a couple more slips today, inclusive of the tacos. And I'll share those over in the free player prop Discord. If you aren't a member of the Discord, it is 100% free. I don't charge for anything. Maybe I should, but I don't charge for anything. It's a very chill Discord. I don't know what a Discord is supposed to look like or what it's supposed to include. I just created a bunch of channels that I thought people would like, or that I myself would like to see if I was joining a Discord. I'm also open for suggestions for new channels in the Discord of a few players like the band channel, players who have been banned from play. We got an Underworld channel where talking about taking unders on players, just different things, and always open to building out the Discord like that. But this is my only Prizepick slip. I have not built anything on Underdog either, so we'll take a look at the Oddshopper Pick'ems table, and then we'll take a look at some plays over on props.cash and start breaking some stuff down. So speaking of props.cash, we use it every single day on the channel. We talk about we talk about player prop research. We talk about all the tools and resources, but props.cash has been a part of the channel since day one, since my very first video on January 19th, 2023. Go back, take a look at all 369 of my videos. Props.cash is mentioned in every single one of them. Thanks 25 is a promo code. If you've not yet signed up for props.cash, I encourage you to do so using this promo code. That way you get 25% off your first month. Like I tell people, if you don't like it after the first month, there are other ways. I'm pretty sure there are worse ways to spend your $15. You can blow $15 on some real stupid shit. $15 to help you become more profitable, a better player prop enthusiast, hobbyist. Kind of a smart investment, and I'm sure at some point within that first month you'll make that $15 back, and it'll pay for itself at that point. But thanks 25 is a promo code for props.cash, is what I use here on the channel. Is what I've always used here on the channel. It's the only thing that I've used here on the channel. So let's head back over to Prizepicks. Let's pull up the board and let's just start looking at what's available to us. Also, definitely open to start taking some of your suggestions, player inquiries, and so forth. ATM is already on the board. Barrett, rebounds and assists. Hayes, rebounds and assists. So I guess it might be important to quickly just acknowledge the injury report. I didn't create a slide for this. If creating a slide is helpful for y'all, I'll put it back into the mix. Let me know. I just assume that everybody's on top of the injury report. I assume that everybody knows it, but but maybe not. So I can definitely create a slide, put that back in there. But right now we got John Morant. He's done for the season. This kid can't catch a break. He has season-ending shoulder injury, and that's not good for the Grizz. Cade Cunningham is out, which is why any Killian Hayes prop makes sense today, where otherwise he probably wouldn't even be in the mix. Wendell Carter remains out. Franz Wagner's out. So the Jazz are down 2 bodies. Exum is out. Derek Lively II is out. So the Mavs are out of 2 bodies. And then Jakob is out. Probable, we got Luka, Anthony Davis, Grant Williams. Questionable, LeBron James. Always questionable. Jaren Jackson Jr., Trey Lyles, Matisse Thybulle, and Jabari Walker. Doubtful, DeAndre Ayton, Santi Aldama, Otto Porter Jr. I forgot he was even in the league. And then Rui Hachimura. So you got some big names on that injury list, and Cade Cunningham and John Morant. But how do you have popular on your prize picks? Flixtus. Did I say that right? Welcome in. Good morning. How do I have it's just on my screen. To be honest with you, I didn't add anything. I didn't make any adjustments. Maybe you need to update if you're using the desktop version, maybe like refresh the screen. If you're using like mobile app, maybe like update the app or something like that. But yeah, I honestly didn't do anything to get the popular. It just got added by itself. So it just got added by itself. All right, so Killian Hayes, we can look at him. Where are we at? Let's see. Killian Hayes threes are a lock. Rebounds and assists. Barrett rebounds and assists. So we're on rebounds and assists today. I'm down. Where are we at? Okay. Man, I like that trade. The RJ Barrett Anunoby trade. I just feel like both of those dudes are in such better spots for their career and for their just upside. I mean, I think OG fits in so well in New York, and I think there's just a lot of pressure on RJ Barrett in New York. I mean, being a high draft pick, the expectations were high, and then you bring in Randall and then Brunson, and then he gets kind of pushed to the back burner. But in Toronto, he wasn't one of their high draft picks, and I think he could just play freely and just be a little bit more comfortable in Toronto. So I think that's just a good fit. It'd be dope if they met in the playoffs. I mean, that'd be pretty cool. Slow, ugly ass series. All right, Killian Hayes, we got assist and rebounds, and Barrett got rebounds and assists. I'm assuming we like the overs on this one. Is that what we're looking for? When we're looking to make a case for the overs with these two dudes, I'm assuming that's what we want. Yeah, Hayes without Cade. I did ATM. I did that last night. I was looking at his points at 10.5, I think. I almost wrote him up, but once Anthony Edwards got took off the board, and there was one other play that I was on. Once those got taken off the board, I didn't have enough to make a video, and I just said, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. I want to go to bed. So yeah, I was looking at that last night. Let's look at it. Let's do it right now. Let's head over to props.cash. You already know the drill here. Pull up Detroit and Sacramento, and we'll pull up Killian Hayes. We'll run through the whole gauntlet of lines here, starting with his points. So this is what he's done with everybody healthy, like normal team, normal rotation. You can see that it is not looking good for his points. Rebounds look slightly better. His assist with Cade Cunningham in the mix, it's yeah, this is kind of what to expect, PRA and so forth. However, once we take Cade Cunningham out, I want to go back to his points. We're going to start with his points, and we're going to take Cade Cunningham out of this picture, and boom. So, I mean, he's averaging over his last 10 games without Cade in the lineup. He's averaging roughly 15 points. His rebounds look great. Everything just improves when Cade Cunningham is out. PRA is also in play. But today we're looking at his rebounds and assists. So this is set to 9 on Prizepicks, but at 9.5, it's getting heavy juice to the under at -130. But we don't have to play it at 9.5. We're getting it at 9 on Prizepicks. So without Cade Cunningham in a lineup over his last 10 games, he's hit this in 60% of the games, averaging 10 rebounds and assists. What does it look like without Cade, you may ask? That's what it looks like. It goes from 10% hit rate with Cade Cunningham in the lineup to 60% hit rate without Cade. 3-pointers, -130 on the over. His threes are set to 0.5. That cannot be a real line. It is. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've watched my streams long enough and watched my videos long enough, you know I don't like calling anything a lock and predicting the future and all that shit. But this one is a really good line. Remember when we came across that Jonas Valanciunas 0.5 3-pointers made, and it was like -150 to go over, and it was on Prizepicks, and he goes out and he hits a 3, and we talked about how great of a play that was, and it got removed from the board. This is a very similar play. I think this is in play, like, big time. So good find on that one. Steals and blocks is also something you could look to with with Killian Hayes. Although he's getting terrible odds here for the under. I used to, for a while, I was attacking his fantasy points because he brought so much upside due to the steals and blocks. Maybe you just look to his steals. If you wanted to look at any of those defensive lines, but he's not on the board because it's just too good of a play. So I think 3-pointers made is a strong one, as is his rebounds and assists. He should get enough minutes today. He should get enough run today to where these lines hit. I know it's a tougher matchup against Sacramento, but I mean, who else is going to get the run? Livers? So this could be a game where we see Killian Hayes play 40 minutes. I mean, out of default and out of like, why the hell not? Like, who are you putting in there? You got to like see what that undrafted free agent looks like now. No, you're just going to play your starters and hope you don't get beat by 50. So I think this is a strong play. 3-pointers made and rebounds and assist. We're headed up north, taking a look at RJ Barrett, rebounds and assist. Pull that up real quick. We got this currently set to -125. Favor of the over, -102 in favor of the under. He has gone over this in 70% of his last 10 games. As a Raptor, I don't know when that trade occurred. Was it before the start of the new year or after? A lot of this production is as a Raptor, though, for sure. Projections look strong. 8.64. 7.5 seems really low for RJ Barrett. But this is a tougher matchup against the Lakers, who don't play fast, who have a improved defense. So maybe the books are just thinking that, you know, that's going to impact his upside, but you're still getting pretty decent juice to the over. So I think this is in play as well. I think those are two fine plays. But that Killian Hayes 3-pointers made prop that one was surprising at 0.05. 0.05? 0.5. All right. So first two down, out of the way. Let's see. Wait until you see his RA. They look great. Yeah. ATM. Let's see who else. Oh, you got Killian Hayes at 8.5. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. Yeah. Let's see. If he doesn't make a 3-pointer, Edward says, if he doesn't make a 3-pointer with starting and playing a lot, he is booty. He's booty. I don't know why that's so funny to me. All right. PRA under Paolo Banchero. Brandon, good morning. Welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, let's pull up. Let's pull up Banchero. So currently at 42.5. Did this one get moved? Usually when you see it flat, like at the 0.0, it was bumped. Usually it was bumped up. Very rarely in those instances is it bumped down, from what I've seen, but it's possible. Maybe it was bumped down from 42.5 to 42. We'll find out when we pull this up, because props.cash will show the original line, and it'll also give you access to what other books have this at. So we'll get an idea of where it was. So it got bumped up. So, well, props.cash has it at 41.5. BetMGM has it at 43.5. DraftKings has it at 42. All the books have this at 42 except FanDuel. So maybe this was bumped down. So we can look at it. I'm confused why there are so many different lines for him. Let's look at it though. So 6 straight games of 43 plus PRA, and those are some tough opponents in there. You got New York in there, Denver. I mean, he destroyed Golden State. I mean, back-to-back games of 50 plus, but man, he did it anyway against Denver. Now he gets the Minnesota Timberwolves with their Twin Towers and whatnot. One of the more stingy defenses in the league, ranking top 3 in pretty much all these categories. I mean, allowing the fewest points in the game or per game in the NBA, second fewest rebounds, third fewest assists. They're containing 3-point production very well. In terms of rebounds, they're stingy as hell in terms of allowing defensive boards, so forth and so forth. So on paper, this matchup does not look good for Banchero. Keep in mind, they're going to be down a couple of bodies today in Wendell Carter Jr. and Franz Wagner. So I guess that puts Goga Batazde in the starting 5 if he's not already, or do you see more run for Mo? Sometimes people see, like, when a player is out, they have to go and play the other name on the team. Like in some cases, it makes a lot of sense. Like when LeBron's out, you're probably going to play a lot of AD. If Kyrie's out, then Luka is even more in play. But sometimes on a team, when a player is out, I think that could just mean they're about to get their ass whipped. Like when you're out 2 bodies, 2 starters, you could easily say, oh, Banchero's going to go off because his usage is going to increase and all these things. But if the matchup's not right, you may not have enough firepower to be competitive. You might just get your ass kicked. And that's why the under's in play for Banchero. But this guy is one of the guys that when I play him, he absolutely destroys whatever I play. So if I play his under, he goes over. If I play his over, he goes under. I've learned to just kind of stay away from him. But you know, when I see this, then I see his odds, but then I see the matchup. I feel like something has to give. So he either goes out there and destroys the front court of the Wolves, or Minnesota just puts it on them and puts them to sleep real early. But I can definitely see taking the under on it, especially with it at 42 versus 41. And when you factor in the injuries that they have today, the players not playing today, it does make a little bit more sense to take the under on Banchero. I just can never get this dude right. I guess I'm a little superstitious. Like if I just can't figure a player out, regardless of the odds and projections, I just stay away from them. So he's on that list for me. But there are his numbers, PRA, and then head-to-head matchup. There's not really a whole lot to look at. There's nothing this season. We got to go back to late, or we got to go back to 2023. So beginning of last year, this is his only game against them. Same team. Well, no, Karl Anthony Towns wasn't playing. Was he playing at this time? Rudy Gobert makes things difficult in the paint for everybody. So I just don't feel like this is a great matchup for him. Definitely understand taking the under on Banchero. All right. So we've talked about RJ Barrett, rebounds and assists. We talked about Killian Hayes, rebounds and assists and points, 3-pointers made. And then we talked about Banchero, rebounds, points, rebounds, and assist. All right, let's see. Jim, what's going on? Welcome in, sir. Blessings to you as well. What about Killian Hayes, PA at 10, 9? Brandon, that's a good point. Some of those numbers are inflated by OT, and then his minutes have been huge. Yeah, that's a good observation for sure. Killian Hayes, points and assists. Jim, we did look at Killian Hayes rebounds and assists at 9. We do like it. Largely due to Cade Cunningham not being in the lineup. When Cade's not in the lineup, I mean, his like game logs go from red to green, like you flip the switch. Yeah, definitely in play, as is his 3-pointers made. Yeah, his 3-pointers made -1. Was it -130 on the over, and it was at 0.5, and he should see a few more shots in this game due to Cade not being in there. So have y'all looked at, I mean, we're talking about 3-pointers made, so have we looked at Bojan? His lines are a little inflated though. I mean, the last time I saw his points, they were like at 18.5, 19, like in a different game. And without Cade in there, they're up at 22 now. He needs 22. PRA's been inflated a little bit. So maybe not. I mean, he could definitely get hot and knock down shots, but I like attacking the lower lines for some of these other players. Yeah, the books, I mean, Prizepicks was already on top of this one. So Bojan has been juiced like crazy. They orange juiced his ass. All right. So yeah, I thought about threes and I'm like, oh, what about Bojan? Boom. Probably not gonna be in play. I mean, but that whole team should benefit with Cade being out. No Cade. I mean, Jaden Ivey, Jalen Duren, obviously Killian Hayes. All right. It's some guy, 713. What's going on, man? Welcome in. What part of Houston you from, man? Karl Anthony Towns, rebounds and assists. We'll take a look at that for sure. Ismail, Banchero going to be tired. 3 games playing, 40 minutes, go under. Good observation, man. All right. Welcome in. Good morning. Let's see. So Karl Anthony Towns, rebounds and assists. Edwards says he has a 2-man right now with Edwards over assists and Duren over points and rebounds. Is that good or nah? I mean, Edwards' assists were in play unless you got it at 5 or 6. I think 4.5 was the line I saw. I think 4.5 is a good line. I have not looked at Duren points and rebounds. We could take a look at that. Just take a look at the whole Pistons team, basically. North side. Right on, man. Right on. Darrell, what's going on? Welcome in. Good morning to you. So Scotty Barnes, rebounds and assists under, and Karl Anthony Towns, rebounds and assists as well. Let's look at this. So here's what we covered so far. If you're just coming into the stream, welcome in. Hit the like button, please. Or hit it twice on your way out if you don't like it. Hayes, rebounds and assists over. Barrett, rebounds and assists over. Hayes, 3-pointers made over. And Banchero under 42 points, rebounds, and assists. Towns, rebounds, and assists. So if you are just joining, I shared a slip that I made over on Jock Market with Karl Anthony Towns PRA at 31. I don't have an official affiliate link for Jock Market yet. I do have the little promo code they give you when you create an account. But they run these flash promos things every day, multiple throughout the day. And one of them was Karl Anthony Towns, 31.5 PRA, and I grabbed it. Another one was Anthony Edwards, 38 points, rebounds, and assists, where most books have him on 39.5. So Karl Anthony Towns, seeing him on Prizepicks at 32.5, you can see the difference in the two sites. So I think that's some good value. But we're talking about his rebounds and assists at 11. We take a look at that. And Scotty Barnes, correct, Scotty Barnes. Now, I don't want to shit too hard on Scotty Barnes because number one, he's a Seminole. Number two, I did play his 3-pointers made. Thought that was a good line. Got that in early, and that's been taken off the board, I believe. No, I got a little excited. I saw the Barnes, and nope, different Barnes. Much less effective Barnes. Yeah, so 3-pointers were taken off the board, but you want to look at his rebounds and assists. And you want to look at the under. Was it rebounds and assists for Scotty Barnes? Where is he? Yeah, rebounds and assists for Scotty Barnes. We got rebounds, we got PRA, we got assists, points and rebounds, we got points and assists. Oh, there they are. Okay. All right. Rebounds and assists for both of these dudes. We're already on the Minnesota game, so let's just scroll down to Cat. Take a look at his rebounds and assists. All right, so this is set to 11 on Prizepicks, so it's already juiced a little higher. He is projected for 11.09, so he's projected for a push based off this information. Over his last 10 games, he has gone over this in 4 out of those. Well, actually, that's incorrect because when we gotta move this up. So 2 games over, 2 games pushed, head-to-head matchup with the Magic. There are no games to look at. I mean, we got to go all the way back to 2022. It's a little irrelevant. I'm not going to look at that and pay attention to it. So a couple of different things we can look at here. Number one, the Wolves are a good team. Number two, the Magic are banged up and down some major bodies in the front court. Number three, Karl Anthony Towns even though this is not his team anymore, and no, this is Anthony Edwards' team. I mean, he's been pretty consistent over his last five games. I mean, we'll throw that fifth game in there, but this is kind of where we're seeing it jump up a little bit against New York, New Orleans, Houston, Dallas. And now this line is lower. So, I mean, shit, I'm looking at the wrong one. Rebounds and assists. Same concept, though. Same concept. So, 11, 11, 9, 9, 14, and 8. So, the matchup is not ideal on paper because you see all this red and yellow. But again, Magic are down. Wagner, they're down. Wendell Carter Jr. It's Goga Batadze in the front court, like Chiki Okuke or Chimi Okuke or whatever this guy's name is. He's also in the front court. They don't have a whole lot going on in the front court to help body, Gobert and Towns. So in terms of his rebounds, we can take a look at his rebounds, individual rebound line set to 130. Now, this is projected at around 8 rebounds today. So 8 out of 11, that leaves 3 assists. And look at his assist line. This is currently set to minus 136 to the over. And when I see this line, this is gonna give me 3. I don't think it'll give you 4. Minus 136 is not. I don't believe that equals 4. So I think 3. Closer to 3 than it is to 4. So this is definitely in play for the push. If you feel that he can grab you another board, he can finish with 9 boards, 10 boards. This is a easy over. This is a slam dunk. So Karl-Anthony Towns rebounds and assists is definitely in play, even with the bump up to 11. Scotty Barnes. This is why I liked his 3-pointers made. Minus 136 to the over. This was in play for me. He only needs 2. Just really like his upside with this line. But we're looking at his rebounds and assists. So really heavy juice to the under. But when this line's at 14.5, that's what you're getting. Now, this line's been bumped down to 14 over on Prizepicks. Probably too many people taking it for the under. Last 5 games, he hasn't come close to going over. 11, 11, 10, 10, and 5. Head-to-head matchup with the Lakers. He doesn't have any games this season, but in the last 2 meetings, it's 21 and 16. In terms of his projections, he's only projected for 10.52, so round it up to 11. It's a tough matchup. I mean, the Lakers don't make things easy for opponents, especially when James and AD are healthy or when they're in the lineup. So, I don't know. Yeah, I definitely would lean the under on his rebounds and assists. I just I played the 3-pointers made. It was just standing out to me. I thought it was a good play. It's very possible for him to hit 2, 3 3-pointers and still not go over PRA. We talk about that all the time. Just because you like the under on one prop doesn't mean you like the under on all the props, unless it's just a bad player. But Scotty Barnes is not a bad player. But I think the RA is a little high at 14. 14 and a half, 14, things a little high. So the under does make sense there, no doubt. I want to go back to Minnesota real quick. There was a question in the chat about a 2-pick. It was Karl-Anthony Towns assist, and then it was Jalen Duren points and rebounds. I just want to look at that real quick. So Anthony Edwards. There's a lot of fucking Anthony's on Minnesota, man. Edwards. So his assists were at 4.5. They have been bumped up to nothing. They're still at 4.5. So you're still getting it at a good line here. Who has it at 5? FanDuel. Let's bring it down to 4.5. So his head-to-head matchups with Orlando, I mean, we got to go back to last season, but he did go over in those games. Over his last 10, he has hit the over 5 or more in 6 out of those 10 games, and then 2 out of his last 5. He is projected for 4.25, so this is slightly under his assist needed for the over here. But if we go back to the original line, I mean, minus 162 on the under at 5.5. Now it's at 4.5, making this, I'm curious. I don't know what that brings it down to in terms of odds, but it's definitely much improved from the minus 162 to the under. So I think this is in play. I think this is in play. Just the fact that he's done this in, 60% of his last 10 games. The Magic, I understand, are not allowing a ton of assists per game, but we're not asking Anthony Edwards to go out there and break records. Shooting guards versus the Magic in terms of assists. Not looking all that great. DeJounte Murray was held under. I'm looking for names that play the starter role. Like Malik Monk went over. I mean, Clay's not a distributor. We know that. Neither is Herter. So Pajemski, Bradley Beal, that's not that surprising. Book didn't go over his line, but he did go over this line for 4.5. I mean, for the most part, the Magic do a really good job of containing the assists from the two, but I think you can't really ignore that discount you're getting at 4.5. So I think that's still in play. We were liking the over on his rebounds and assists when it was at 9.5. And in order to get 9.5, he needs 10. So that's 5 assists and 5 rebounds. I mean, you can't like the over on his 9.5 rebounds and assists. And when you break him down and say, oh, he's projected for exactly 5 and 5, and then not like the individual line. To me, I've never understood how that works, where we like the combo prop, but we don't like the individual line, especially when the projections and the odds align. So I think this one's in play for Anthony Edwards. Jalen Duren, points and rebounds. Another guy on the Pistons that should see significant increase in terms of usage today. Although he's already playing at a pretty high level in terms of his role with this team. I mean, even with Cade in the lineup, he's giving you 30 plus minutes a game, 9 shots a game. He's making 6 out of those 9 shots. So looking at his points and rebounds, what I see over on props.cash is this set to 25.5, but it's possible that this has been tampered with. There's been foul play. 25.5 points and rebounds. So nothing has changed. Minus 118 on the over, minus 108 on the under. This is what he's done over his last 10 games. He is projected for 15.7 points and 10.85 rebounds, giving you a total of 26.57. So that does give you the over on this line. Home games for Jalen Duren look really good. So home games versus away games, he has a 70% hit rate in his home games versus 30% hit rate on the road. So that should give you a little bit more confidence. You want to take a look at what he's done without Cade Cunningham in the lineup. We can also do that. I still have this set to home. Let's untoggle that. So without Cade Cunningham in the lineup, doesn't look all that good, honestly. 3 games out of his last 10 without Cade in the lineup, but this is all last season. So let's go back to the home games. You got a decision to make here. You can look at the home games and say, look, this is what he's done this season at home. He's destroyed things. He got fairly positive odds here, and you got really positive projections in favor of that over. So I don't think your 2-pick power is a bad 2-pick power. I think those are okay plays. I mean, if you want to like really leverage that play and create some insurance for you, put those 2 plays into a 6-pick flex. And maybe try to like cover some ground, like in the event like one of those plays don't hit. Like in your 2-pick power, if one of these guys don't hit, it's sunk. But if you put that in a 6-pick flex and one of those guys don't hit, but everybody else hits, you still profit. So maybe try to figure out a way where you can like still like profit if one of those guys doesn't pan out for you. All right, so let's head back over to Prizepicks. This is what we got so far. We've covered Killian Hayes. We like the over on his rebounds and assists. We talked about RJ Barrett. We like the over on his rebounds and assists. Talk about Killian Hayes 3-pointers made. I'm going to leave that one up there. We like that one over. Talk about the under on Paolo Banchero. We talked about the over on Karl Anthony Towns. And we talked about the under on Scotty Barnes. We like the over on Jalen Duren's points and rebounds. And then we like the over on Anthony Edwards' assist. So these are all the plays that we've talked about. We got a nice little mix in there of overs and unders, which is great. And that's what we covered. We covered a lot of plays so far. Let's do this. Let's pull up Oddshopper. So I've been trying to work Oddshopper in here on my live streams, giving you kind of like a glimpse into what this does. Now in Texas, I can't play bets. I can only play pick'em, and that's fine. There are a lot of pick'em sites to play from. I'm going to refresh the pick'ems table, and then I'm going to pull up all the plays that are making some noise in terms of their EV, true odds, and expected win. All right, so number 1 play on the board right now is this Isaiah Hartenstein at 11.5 rebounds. Books are liking the under on this one, 5% EV, and then minus 134 true odds with a 57% win rate or expected win. Next best play is a jock market play. It is a rebounds prop for Kyrie Irving, 6.5 rebounds. Liking the under on this one, 5% EV, 57% chance to hit, and then minus 134 true odds. Keegan Murray, under 15.5 points, 3% hit, 3% EV, 56% hit, and minus 128 true odds. Got a few NHL plays in there. Victor Hedman, under 2.5 total shots on goal, and Clayton Keller, under 0.5 assists. There's Banchero right there. So this one's on better. 42.5 under. 42.5 under with a 2% EV, 56% hit, and minus 129 true odds. And so forth, and so forth, and so forth. Taking a look at some optimizer information. So on Oddshopper, you can actually just create a quick entry here based off the EV, all the information we just looked at on the pick'ems table. They'll basically construct a 6-pick flex for you. It'll give you the odds to hit and the expected EV on that. So if we wanted to just do a slip inclusive of all the plays, not be sport specific, this is what would pop up. You got Hartenstein under his rebounds. You got Hedman under total shots. Keller under assist. Sabonis under points. Banchero under points. And then Zegras under his shots on goal. If you want to get sports specific and just play the NBA today, then it's going to change up a lot. It's going to change up the expected EV and the expected win rate, because some of those plays were from the NHL that were slightly better in terms of expected win. But even narrowing it down to the NBA, you're still looking at a pretty solid slip here of Hartenstein, Sabonis under, Banchero under, Isaiah Livers under, 1.5 3-pointers made, Desmond Bane under points, rebounds, and assists as the Memphis Grizzlies take on the Dallas Mavericks, the Ja Morantless Grizzlies, and then Rudy Gobert under his rebounds and assists at 13.5. So You got a little correlation here. It is possible for Gobert and Karl Anthony Towns both to have good games. Like both of them do their thing. But if you like the over on Anthony Towns, you kind of don't want Rudy Gobert to have a good game. You want Anthony Towns to grab more boards than Gobert and be more productive than Gobert. So taking the under on Gobert in this situation makes a lot of sense because it creates a nice little correlation, a better path to success. But that's a 6-pick flex based off true odds, EV, and it's all NBA right there. If you don't like a leg, you can remove a player prop and put a new one in. Maybe we are playing with too many unders. Maybe you like to brighten it up a little bit with an over. Well, bam. Let's throw Anthony Edwards in there and shake it up a little bit. So a lot of different options we have here on Oddshopper. So definitely think this is worth checking out. If I were going to play a play from the Oddshopper Pick'ems table, what would I play? Well, my Wi-Fi needs to cooperate as number one. And not be NBA specific, just play the best play on the board. Look, one would think that Isaiah Hartenstein is in this amazing situation without Mitchell Robinson in the lineup, that he's just going to come in there and gobble up all the rebounds, and he's like that guy. But sometimes maybe not. I mean, so like this one is in play for me, as is this Kyrie Irving on Jock Market. I'm going to definitely build out another play on Jock Market today and put that in the Discord along with an underdog slip or and a prize pick slip. If you're playing on underdog, I know we talk about prize picks a lot, and rightfully so. It's the big dog in the yard, but underdog is, no pun intended, underdog is in play as well. And so just pulling up the underdog pick'ems table, we can see what's available to you here. That Hartenstein is popping on underdog and prize picks, as is the Kyrie Irving rebounds. So it's possible for you to build multiple slips using the same players on multiple sites. Just like the under on Anthony Edwards points. Don't know if you're looking at his points, but under 30.5. He could finish with 30, which is a hell of a good game, and still go under this prop, still have a good game. Yeah, I'm kind of digging that Hartenstein rebound prop, just the way I'm seeing it on multiple sites. It is against the it is against the Trailblazers, and Trailblazers aren't good, but if DeAndre Ayton's playing in this game, he's pretty good. So, this is what Hartenstein has done over his last 10 games. Look, 20 rebounds against the Bulls. 20 rebounds is impressive, period. But outside of that game, he is not doing a whole lot on the glass. 13 rebounds versus Milwaukee, and then a bunch of other games where he just isn't approaching double digits, not even close. Without Mitch Robb, let's pull up those game logs without Mitch Robb. Slightly better. 4 out of his last 10 games played without Mitch Robb, he's gone over this line. But still not all that impressive. Look, he can finish with 11 rebounds, which is really good. He can finish with 10 rebounds, which is really good, and not go over his line. We play the under on it. You win that line. He still has a pretty productive game. So I'm interested in that one. All right, let's quickly go back to the chat. I just want to pull up any more questions we got. Ivy might be in play as well. Let's see. All right. If you're not in the Discord, it's free. Link is in the description of this stream. It's in the description of all my videos. But Jim just posted his slip in the Discord. Check it out. You can tell it, fade it, but That's what we do in the Discord. We just share slips. We just share player props. We talk shit about players. We're basically 12-year-olds. It's a safe space. It's a safe space, okay? So Brandon likes AD over points today. Let's quickly take a look at that. Let's see. Murray under PRA, 22.5. Darrell. Keegan, right? Keegan. We got Bane under RA, 12. Dante, 3.5 rebounds. Yeah, hit that like button. Thank you, Ishmael. Hit that like button. Only 9 likes, 35 watching. Let's get it up to 20 likes. Let's get up to 20 likes. All right. 80 over points. Murray under PRA, 22.5. All right, I'm going to clear this out real quick because we only got about 5-ish minutes left in the stream. So I'm going to clear this out. We're going to end this on Davis points. Murray. And what was the other one? Bane under his 12 rebounds and assists. All right. I'll take one more. Where's the other one? Dante DiVincenzo over 3.5 rebounds. Is he the only player in the NBA named Dante? Not that it matters, but like my first name is Chris. I don't know if y'all know that, but I have a first name. My first name is Chris. It's a very popular name. Everywhere I go, there's another Chris. I go to Starbucks, there's another Chris waiting in line. I go stand in line somewhere, I'm out with people, I always meet another Chris. So Dante is not a very common name. So I was just like, is he the only Dante in the NBA? Maybe. Anthony Davis is not the only Anthony Davis in NBA. Everybody's named Anthony on fucking Wolves. All right, so we got Davis over points, under Murray, under Bane, and over Dante. All right, let's look at all these, and then we are going to bring this live stream to an end, ladies and gents. Starting with Anthony Davis, looking at his points. 28.5 over on props.cash. You're also getting it at 28.5 on Prizepicks. Set to minus 120 over, minus 106 under. Gone over this in 3 out of his last 5 games, 4 out of his last 10. Matchup today with the Raptors. Not the greatest matchup just because of the pace they play. Raptors create like really shitty, like sticky pace. But the Lakers don't play at a super high tempo either, so this game should be pretty like pedestrian like. But Davis is projected for 27 points in his head-to-head matchups with the Raptors. I'm laughing because I see this 8. Like, what? It was like a tribute to Kobe. Like, what the hell is that? 8 points in that game. He must have got hurt. Maybe his feelings were hurt, but he played 33 minutes in that game. He's like, nah, dog, I was. That's my tribute to Kobe. Fucking 8 points. All right. There's not a whole lot to work with this one. Minus 120 on the over. We know that. Okay, 4 out of his last 10. Okay, fine. Projections aren't lining up all that well, but let's look at what opposing. What is he? A center? I don't know what he is. This positionless basketball is ridiculous. All right, so what have centers done versus the Raptors? Well, Kevon Looney goes off for 10 on a 4.5 point prop, doubles up that prop. We have Sabonis go over his prop by 5. We have Jared Allen go over his prop. We had James Wiseman go over his prop, who's not a starter. We have Jalen Duren going over his prop by 7. We had Daniel Gafford go over his line. We had Joel Embiid put up 31, which was not good enough for the over, but 31 points is pretty strong. And then you had Nikola Jokic go over his line of 25.5 with 31. So despite what this is showing us, the proof is in the banana pudding. And the banana pudding says that centers are playing the Raptors fairly well. If you consider him a power forward, this is what power forwards have done versus the Raptors. Trace Jackson Davis, rookie, getting you 16. Trey Lyles, not a starter, getting you 12. Keegan Murray getting you 18. Jaren Jackson Jr. getting you 24. Lauri Markkanen getting you 30. Not as good as the numbers we're seeing from centers, but power forwards are eating a little bit too. They're bringing their knives and forks to the party. They're eating. So, yeah, I definitely don't mind the over on Anthony Davis today. Wait, I fucked that up, didn't I? Yeah. Sorry, guys. I fucked that up. We were looking at his home splits, and I was like, okay, 4 out of his last 10. But when we untoggle the home and just look at overall, it's better. It's 5. It's 50% instead of 40%. So nothing changes with what we just talked about. The only thing that changes is the visual here. So it goes from 40% hit rate to 50% hit rate, which is better. So yeah, I like Davis points. Don't mind that at all. Let's look at a couple under, starting with Keegan Murray under 22.5 PRA. Now, I don't know if you saw on the Oddshopper pick'em table, but Keegan Murray did have a under 15.5 points prop that was definitely in play on multiple sites. So liking the under on his points, that is inclusive of his PRA. Minus 125 on the over, minus 105 on the under. This one is getting heavier juice towards the over, but let's take a look at his road and away splits. Road and away, home and away splits. 20% hit rate on the road, where 2 games he gives you 24 and 25. The rest of the games he doesn't even sniff 20 PRA. Compare that to his home splits, where he is giving you a 60% hit rate and has an upside of basically 60. That's the game where he hit 17 threes, I think. So factor in that he's on the road, that he is playing in Detroit. This is what he's done on the road. Projected for 21.83 PRA. So despite what the odds say, you are still getting slight juice to the under. So the PRA does align with what we're seeing here. Yeah, I don't mind this at all. I honestly would rather take the under on his PRA than his points, because he has to do a lot more to get that 23 PRA. He can go 5 for 10 from 3 and score you 15 points, but not crash the glass, not dish out enough assists. So like, I think his points are more in play for the over, especially if they get bumped down to 14.5. But PRA under, I definitely like that one. All right, Memphis, Dallas, Desmond Bane. Looking at his rebounds and assists. So this is at 12 now. So when we do that, changes this. We are going to take out. Can we not? Oh, there he is. Wait, I just saw him. There he is. Without John Morant in the lineup, he's only gone over this in 14 games. Or excuse me, he's only gone over this in 1 game with 14. The logic here is that without Ja in the lineup, Bane becomes your top scoring option. So if he's scoring, he's not distributing, he's not doing a whole lot else. I mean, he is going to fall into his rebounds and assists, but for the most part, I mean, he needs to score more, as does Jaren Jackson Jr. I mean, you're down John Morant, which is a huge blow, not just to the team in terms of competitiveness, but almost like mental psyche. Like, what a roller coaster season this has been. You start off with no jaw, then he comes back and shit's different. You understand like how important this dude is to the franchise. Then he gets hurt, he's done. It's just like up and down, up and down. They may not even be up for this game, to be honest with you. Dallas may wax that ass like in the first half, and we may see another 60-point game from Luka, fantasy point game from Luka. I definitely see the logic behind taking the under on Desmond Bane props, especially when you're getting a significant difference in gameplay when John Morant is not in the lineup. Then you're also looking at his projection for RA, which is set to 11.26, which is closer to 11 than it is to 12. So, yeah, I definitely don't mind the under 12 rebounds and assists for Desmond Bane. And then the last one, Dante DiVincenzo, the only Dante in the NBA. Trade market, 3.5 rebounds, -115 on the under, -111 on the under, projected for 4 rebounds. That's exactly what he needs to get over. So projections are lining up for you. I wish I could pull up games with like take RJ Barrett out the lineup, because that's definitely increased some things for him, since Barrett has Barrett and Quickly are no longer in New York. But this game against Portland offers a great matchup where the Trailblazers are bottom of the league in terms of rebounds allowed. So this is setting up like just a really nice spot for DiVincenzo today. 2 games as a Warrior, he did this, but his last 10 games, he's done this. And then if he did it again, guys, did it again. Had the away toggled. Damn it. Still doesn't change anything with the projections or anything, but in terms of his game log, all right, 5 games he's gone over. That makes more sense. Without Barrett and Quickly, this is what he's done. This little chunk of games right here is what he's done. So he's gone over in 4 out of 5 games. So a big difference between he playing minutes without Quickly and Barrett in the rotation, and he playing minutes with those guys in the rotation. So this is a big difference we're seeing here. Minutes look better as well. So again, those things added to the fact that this matchup is good and we're getting solid projections. Yeah, I think the over on his rebounds is a solid play for sure. All right. Got through that one. Edwards just got bumped up to 5 assists on Prizepicks. Son of a bitch. Let's another thing we can do on Oddshopper is search specific players and see what the market has in terms of their value, in terms of their upside. So we pull up Anthony Edwards. I'm going to pull up all his player props, because this is a reason why it is important to play on multiple sites, and the reason it's important to use all my referral links. Kidding aside, I'm kidding with that. But yeah, use my referral links. It helps me out. And it helps you out too. But the reason you want to play on multiple sites is for reasons like this. Oh, you like a player on Prizepicks, they bump his ass up, but you can still get it on Underdog or get it on Jock Market or get it on Sleeper or wherever. If you're only playing on Prizepicks and you're not comfortable playing on other sites, start small, but it does help you knowing that, oh, it's okay if I don't get them on Prizepicks because I still got them on these other sites. And you want to lock in that value regardless of what player like site you're on. You just want to win. You're just trying to win slips. You're not trying to like pay homage to Prizepicks. All right. You don't have that much loyalty to Prizepicks. You're trying to have more loyalty to your bank account. All right. So Edwards under on points is the top play, and that's on Better. Then his next play is under steals, and that's on Jock Market. Under PRA, that's on Prizepicks. Under points and rebounds, that's on Prizepicks. And then the further we go, the less favorable these lines get. So you're dropping to now 52% hit rate, which is, you never want to drop below 54% if in terms of your plus EV. Very rarely you can drop down to 53, 52, but you start getting into 51, 50%. It's not, yeah, it's not, it's not ideal. So yeah, if they bumped it up to 5 assists on Prizepicks, I don't really see it on any other site. So maybe just don't touch it. And then maybe look to another site where you can play another one of his props. He might be our freaking taco today. So wait and see. But that's another tool, another resource you can use on Oddshopper. Just looking at specific player props. So, all right. I think that's gonna do it. I think we're gonna round it out, end it off on that note. Last few player props we talked about were Anthony Davis over points, Keegan Murray under, Bane under, and then Dante DiVincenzo over his rebounds. In case you are just, well, if you're just making it into the live stream, sorry, we're about to end it, but 8:25 was the start time. All live streams today, or all live streams this week, are scheduled for 8:25 a.m. That's Central Time. I am in Texas. So make sure those notifications are set. Hit that like button if you're already in here. This is the 2-pick power that I put in late last night, early this morning. Anthony Simons under his points. And then Scotty Barnes over 3-pointers made. I mean, shit. I guess we can go ahead and look at Simons under points, since I did put him in a slip. I'll show you why I went with this one. This one has been bumped up, at least on props.cash. It's been bumped up to 25.5. But when I saw it last night, it was at 24. I can't see it being bumped up to 25. People cannot be playing the over that much on this dude. No, it's still at 24. So here's my logic. Number one, very tough matchup versus the New York Knicks on the road for this young Trailblazers team. I'm worried that they're not going to be able to keep this close. I have factored in that Anthony Simons is a volume shooter. He does chuck. He doesn't always make his shots. He's averaging 19. He's making 9 of them. This, again, tough matchup, slow pace for the Trailblazers on the road. Just doesn't add up to a productive game for him. He does have that 38-point upside. I understand that, but he also is capable of doing this and this and this and this. Head-to-head matchup with the Knicks. One game to speak of. We have to go back to 2022. What is that? His rookie season? Second season in the league. He put up 38 points. I just think this is a very bad matchup for him. And I think 24.5 points is too high. I would not be surprised if at some point today just got bumped down to 24. So that's why I locked it in. Anthony Simons as part of that 2-pick power. But that's what I'm running so far over on Prizepicks. If you're not in the Discord, join the Discord. It's 100% free. I will be creating a few additional slips today and then sharing them in my channel over in the Discord, so that way you can tell them, you can fade them. Hopefully they hit and you tell them, and we all profit. That's kind of the point here. But that's going to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate y'all stopping by and hanging out with me, talking player props. If I didn't get to your question, even more reason to hit me up in the Discord. We could chop it up in the Discord, but got to bring this live stream to an end. Hit that like button on your way out. Definitely appreciate the chat being so engaging and active. And if you haven't done so already, definitely consider subbing up to the channel. It means a ton of helping this platform, this channel get bigger every single day. Tomorrow, live stream is already scheduled 8:25 a.m. So no surprises there. Be there or be square. And until that live stream tomorrow, best of luck to you all. And Chavez is out.